everybody. So, a bunch of new Visas lore cards got revealed. So, I thought we'd take a look at what they are, my thoughts on them regardless, because, new cards just got revealed, and that's always fun to, talk about. So, first up, Visas Samsara. So, you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Its name becomes Visas Starfrost while it's on the field or in the graveyard. And you can target any number of your Visas monsters that are banished on your field in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. And if you do, you special it from your hand, and it gains 400 attack for each monster with different names shuffled by this effect. And if the card you control would be used as synchro material, you could treat it as an on-tuner. So this card is, very weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Obviously, the intention is that it's another one of the like heart monsters, like Rhino, Heart, Rium, Reichard, etc. It's got 1500 attack and 2100 defense. It's a level 4. It's not a warrior, though. It's a fairy, so it kind of bucks that trend. It's also a tuner. I'm not sure how you would use this in something like, say, Monadium combos, but again, we also haven't gotten to Dune, so, those cards aren't here, which means that, we don't have things like Trid to, test combos with and stuff. But next up, we have Veda Unpunished. It's a Dark Warrior Pendulum. It's got 4,000 defense, 0 attack, which is, weird. Its pendulum effect is that once per chain, if you or your opponent's monster is destroyed, you get to place 3 counters on this card, and its pendulum scale gets increased by the number of counters on it, and then you can remove 12 counters from it to summon the card from the pendulum zone. Essentially, destroy 4 monsters on either player's field, then you get to summon it. But its monster effect is it can't be normal summon or set. That's to be special by its own pendulum effect, and you can only special summon it once per turn. And once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monster from the extra, you get to banish 12 cards from your hand, field, graveyard, or face down, and it becomes the end phase. So it's a turn skip. Yippee! And once per turn during your standby phase, you can return it to the hand, special summon one of your Veda monsters that is banished or in your hand, deck, or graveyard. I assume this is the new pendulum archetype. I don't have all the details, forgive me. But that said, it's a turn skip, which seems really frustrating. If you splash this in something like Monadium, I feel like you can very easily banish 12 cards from your graveyard. It's just a turn skip. I see this being played in Monadium just as an insta-win card. I'm not sure how long this will last in the TCG. It does not seem like a very fun card. If Snow is able to resolve multiple times in a turn, you can bet your bottom dollar this card is going to resolve. We then have the brand new Monadium Triloscud. It's a level 6 fairy synchro tuner. Important that it is a tuner so that you cannot make Axel Stardust with this card. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. If it's synchro summon, you get to target a level 2 tuner in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. So even if you summon it, you can't immediately synchro that away, make Axel, make Baron. It is not a one. It doesn't mean that every synchro 6 that you make is a Baron. Unfortunately. Its second effect is you can target any number of tuners you control. Their levels become 2. Also, you're then locked into synchro monsters. This card seems like a pretty solid extender. Most importantly, it enables you to do things that aren't just when you have a terrible hand in Monadium that's Rium plus just one level 2 tuner. It lets you do things other than Stardust Pass. It does enable some things. I think it's a good card. I think it's very funny though that it's very clearly Kit Kalos cosplaying as the big Monadium guy. We then have a normal spell. It's called Planetary Allergy. I'm not even going to try to pronounce names. You know how bad I am with those. So you can only use the second effect of its name once per turn. Its normal effect is it's a Rota for Veda monsters. In other words, you can search this stupid turn skip card, which I think is, so much fun. And if in a face-up tuner you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while it's in your graveyard and Visas Starfrost is on the field, you can banish this card, target one of those destroyed monsters, and add it to your hand. So you can use it to, add back, your Meek and stuff. It seems really good, especially coupled with, searching a card that turn skips. It just seems like another interesting tool, especially for, the Monadium piles. We then have Planetary Eulogy. It's a quick play spell. You can only use this first and second effect of its name once per turn. You get to target a monster you control and an effect monster your opponent controls, destroy that monster, and if you control, and if you do, you negate the opponent's monster's effect until the end of the turn, and if Visas Starfrost is on the field, you get to also destroy the targeted monster. And during your main phase, if a Veda monster is on the field, you get to banish this card from your graveyard, destroy one monster you control. My thoughts on this are that, it's a board breaker, but the problem with Monodium and stuff is not popping your monsters. It's having monsters to pop in the first place, and this doesn't really help with that. It is a board breaker that does things, so maybe it'll be fine. We'll see. I'm not super sold on this card. We then have a normal trap, Sarva Sarge. You can only use the first and second effect of its name once per turn. If Visas Starfrost is on the field, you get to target an effect monster on the field, shuffle that target into the deck, and if you do during the end phase of this turn, its owner can add one monster from their deck to their hand with a different type and a lower level than that shuffled monster's level, rank, link rating, etc. And if a Veda monster is special summon one of its cards in your graveyard, you get to add this card to your hand. This seems, I don't know how searchable this will be in the Veda archetype per se, but this kind of just seems like Compulse, but it gives your opponent a very wide search, so I'm not totally sold on it. Loka Samsara, it's a normal trap. You can use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Banish a face of Visas Starfrost you control until the end phase. Special summon a heart monster with 3,000 attack from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, but it can only activate its effect once. Also, banish it face down during the end phase. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, while this card's in your graveyard, you get to add it to your hand. This card is actually really good, in my opinion. So it summons one of three things, most likely. You're going to either be summoning a Rise Heart, so you can either just, special a macro from the extra deck. 2, you can special summon Tri-Heart, which is, it puts everything to defense, super powerful effect, pretty solid floodgate for a turn. Or you can summon Kaleido Heart, which is going to immediately shuffle a card away. So your three choices are, Macrocosmos, Baguska, or, a shuffle. This card seems really diverse in how it is usable and, how you, the damage it can do. It seems really strong and really good, assuming that it is searchable. I believe you can search it with Trivikarma, but, again, you have to have, a way to put Trivikarma in the grave. How consistently you can do that remains to be seen. But that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really interested to see how these cards play out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.